Hello and welcome to the Autistic Me Podcast. I am Christopher Scott Wyatt, speaking as the Autistic Me. This is a brief introduction to Season 2, which will begin on September 4th, 2018, following the Labor Day holiday. This is going to be a great season with a lot of new voices speaking to the Autistic Me audience. We are going to have a range of ages. We are going to have a diverse community in terms of sexual identity and gender. We are going to feature issues about the workplace, about relationships, issues including how women are perceived differently when they are on the autistic spectrum than men are perceived, the challenges of transgender and non-binary existence on the autism spectrum will also be discussed. We have a number of artists who will challenge perceptions of autism as a engineering and technical disposition. So we are going to hopefully break through some of the misconceptions about autism and what it means to be autistic. We also are going to discuss the supports and treatments that are or are not effective with some guests. And I hope to bring far more voices into the discussion as the season continues. Season 2 looks to be a weekly podcast. We are going to start on that September 4 date and then continue every Tuesday with a new episode. I currently have 10 episodes in the queue ready to go, so we should have no problem with Season 2 running through the school year. Based on the download and listening patterns to the Autistic Me podcast and the Autistic Me blog, I have found that September through June were highly active, but June and July started to lose activity. August, there were very few readers and almost no downloads of the podcasts. Therefore, I think it's best to stick with a traditional school year season for the Autistic Me podcast, and that's when I will also emphasize the Autistic Me blog. I understand that everyone needs a summer vacation. That includes the families and students with which I communicate and work on a regular basis. The coming year ahead will be busy. My wife and I have 2 young children, one in first grade, one starting kindergarten. I am also a college professor, so the school year is very busy for me, especially at the start and at the end of each semester. However, I hope that by backlogging podcast episodes, we can continue smoothly throughout the season. If you have questions or ideas for episodes, be sure to visit the Autistic Me page on Facebook. You can also contact me through Twitter at Autistic Me. I look forward to hearing from listeners, and I always value ideas and suggestions for future episodes. You can also visit the WordPress blog, of course, the Autistic Me, and on that blog you should be able to leave comments. You can also use Facebook to comment on the blog. Ideas and suggestions for blog posts and podcast episodes are how this has been going on since 2007. We have had 500,000 unique visits to the blog site, and the podcast was doing very well on iTunes. I appreciate all of the support, and I'd like to remind you that the Autistic Me carries no commercials and has no sponsors. However, your support is essential to keep the podcast going and to make this a valuable resource for everyone. Again, this is the Autistic Me podcast as we get ready for Season 2 starting on September 4th, 2018. My name is Christopher Scott Wyatt, speaking as the Autistic Me. I look forward to our future visits.